Bruce Lee wasn't just a martial artist. He was a philosopher, a rebel, and a thinker ahead of his time. His teachings weren't just about fighting. They were about living. Today, we're diving into 4 of Bruce Lee's most powerful philosophical ideas and how they can reshape the way we see life, identity, and even death itself. In this video, we're going to look at the philosophy of adaptability, self-actualization, the journey to discovering your true self, ego and the illusion of identity, why we must let go of who we think we are, and finally, mortality, how facing death can make us truly alive. This is the psychology of Bruce Lee. Welcome to Unmasked. Born in San Francisco in 1940 and raised in Hong Kong, Bruce Lee was a natural performer from the start. As the son of a famous opera star, he grew up in the film industry, making his first movie appearance as a child actor. But off-screen, Bruce was a rebellious teenager, constantly getting into fights and stirring up trouble. His street fighting got him into some serious trouble, and his parents, fearing for his future, decided he needed discipline. That's when Bruce Lee began training under the legendary Wing Chun master, Ip Man. Through rigorous practice, Bruce discovered not just martial arts, but a way of life. But Bruce was never one to follow tradition blindly. Even as a student, he questioned techniques, adapted his own methods, and sought something beyond the rigid structures of traditional martial arts.
I said, empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water. Now you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now water can flow or it can crash. Be water, my friend.
Bruce Lee's most famous philosophy is simple but profound. Be water. Water has no shape. It adapts to whatever it encounters. It flows when it needs to, but it can also crash. For Bruce, this wasn't just about fighting. It was about life itself. Water doesn't resist reality. It moves with it. Water isn't rigid. It adapts. Water isn't weak. It can erode mountains over time. Psychologists call this cognitive flexibility, the ability to adapt to new situations instead of clinging to outdated beliefs or habits. People who lack this flexibility often experience stress, frustration, and failure. They resist challenge, and in doing so, they break instead of bend. Bruce believed that rigid people, mentally or physically, are easily defeated. Think about your own life. Where are you resisting instead of flowing? Where are you holding on to outdated beliefs or fears? If we want to thrive in life, we must learn to be like water. Bruce Lee didn't believe in copying others. He believed in discovering your true self. He said, absorb what is useful, discard what is useless, add what is uniquely your own. Most of us are trapped by expectations, what society, family, or culture tell us to be. But Bruce believed that to truly be alive, we must break free. This aligns with Maslow's hierarchy of needs, the theory of self-actualization. Most people focus on survival. Some seek acceptance. But only a few reach self-actualization, becoming who they were truly meant to be. Bruce rejected the idea of blindly following tradition. Instead, he believed in direct experience. Don't just learn, experiment. Don't just follow rules, understand why they exist. Don't just imitate others, find what works for you. This is what led him to create Jeet Kune Do, a martial art that took techniques from different styles, but rejected rigid systems. In life, many of us follow paths that aren't really ours. The real question is, are you living your truth or someone else's? Bruce's message is clear. Find your own way. Bruce often spoke about emptying your cup. He said, the usefulness of a cup is in its emptiness. What did he mean? He was talking about ego. When we think we already know everything, we stop learning. When we cling to who we think we are, we stop growing. This connects deeply to Zen Buddhism and Taoism, which Bruce studied. In modern psychology, this is called ego dissolution, letting go of the rigid sense of self. Many of us define ourselves too narrowly. I'm not a creative person. I'm not good at public speaking. I've always been this way. Bruce believed these labels were illusions. The truth is, we can change, but to grow, we must first empty our cup. What ideas or labels are you holding on to that are keeping you stuck? Bruce Lee was obsessed with time. He knew life was short, and he refused to waste it. He said, "If you truly love life, don't waste time, because time is what life is made of." But here's the irony. Bruce Lee died at 32. His sudden death shocked the world, but in a way, he had already prepared for it. Bruce's philosophy mirrors existential psychology, the idea that facing death makes life meaningful. Many of us avoid thinking about death, but Bruce embraced it. He lived urgently, pursuing his dreams with full intensity. He left no potential untapped, pushing his body and mind to their limits. He refused to wait because he knew time was his most valuable asset. In a way, Bruce Lee's early death is what makes his philosophy even more powerful. The lesson? Live now, train now, create now, love now, because tomorrow isn't promised. Bruce Lee was more than a martial artist. He was a philosopher of human potential. His lessons go beyond fighting. They're about how to live, be adapted, flow like water, find your true self, don't blindly follow others. Let go of ego, empty your cup, embrace mortality, make every moment count. Bruce Lee may be gone, but his ideas will never die. So the question is, how will you apply them to your own life? Thank you for watching this special edition of Unmasked, where we didn't dive into a specific superhero, but a personal hero of mine. If you like more of these videos, please comment in the comments below, like and subscribe, and tell me which other characters you would like me to explore next. And remember, be like water. See you next time.